I swear to God, you better have something better made up by the time we get started.
Okay. I'm a choo-choo train.
I image those, just, those hit stars where, like they come in, they're already really big, and then they have a guest star, something they just say a few things, and they go, God, I hope you're funnier. Once the camera starts rolling.
Oh, this person sucks
Just
in real
shitting
life.
on you.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. That's all you could make up?
Go on like a late night show and just be really boring.
Brian, please get jokes in the teleprompter for our guest. Thank you.
Make him look funnier, please. That'd be weird. A ghost writer, if you will.
A ghost writer.
Yeah.
For a ghost author.
Yeah. Ooh, that's scary, man.
Aren't they both ghosts if they're,
Yeah. You ever seen a ghost, Austin?
Which means you're not really reading anything, are you?
No.
Nothing of substance.
No. It's all just a bunch of bullshit.
Who am I? Who are you?
Who?
I'm turning up a little bit, Jamie.
Oh, okay.
But we're starting.
We're starting.
Just assume the audience has already clapped and we're on the stage and they're like, welcome, Ryan,
Gosling.
Hollywood man. Yeah, Ryan Gosling.
It's episode 50, by the way.
Episode 50.
If that was years, that would be old.
That'd be pretty old.
Yeah, 50.
I feel like that's some sort of landmark.
Yeah, being 50?
No, having 50 episodes.
Oh, it is.
I'm talking about reality.
Yeah.
And where we are right now.
People really are 50, though.
I don't really believe that.
No.
I find that highly unlikely.
I'm going to have to see some ID.
In my own personal experience, I've never been, can't relate, not fully buying it. And also, it's very possible that the entire world revolves around me and everyone else isn't really anything.
But what if like one night while you were sleeping, you were 50 just for like a couple minutes and then,
in my dreams?
No, just like you're sleeping and then your matter that takes up your entire being is 50 just for a couple seconds by some random...
I would cry uncontrollably the entire time, realizing that if I was 50 and I wasn't married or had kids, then my entire life would be pointless.
Yeah.
So I would just fall to the ground and cry. And then when I reverted back, I'd say, oh, thank God.
Yeah, you'd wake up, you're like, oh, thank God.
Oh, thank God.
I still don't have a wife and kids, but
but it's still okay. But that's still fine.
But I can achieve it, maybe.
Hey, you know what? Metrics are good because you can base them on where you are. So if I'm where I am right now and I'm 50, I'm not happy.
Right.
But if I'm where I am right now and I'm 20 and I'm in my mid-20s, 26, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I hope the whole world isn't where it is right now when I'm 50. It's more of an external goal. I think my surroundings need to change by the time I'm 50.
Your surroundings, everybody else needs to change.
Everyone else in the world.
Me.
Yeah. I want them to change.
Hopefully you guys are going to get around to that.
Hopefully everyone else just does that by the time I'm 50.
Is up to the task.
Yeah.
And they're going to make my life better for me.
Yeah.
That might be a lot. You might be asking a lot, Jamie.
I can only hope. I don't know.
But what's going on this week?
What's going on? Not much. It's getting all spooky out there. You know, that one holiday's coming up, the one before Christmas.
When I used to get free candy.
I still get
now
free
I
candy.
don't really do anything.
I still get free candy. I feel like this month everyone buys those like little chocolate bars. I feel like people just give those away all the time.
You know what? 3 years ago, and you know what? You shouldn't do this. That's a simple answer. But you can't help it because you go to the Shoppers Drug Mart after Halloween and they have those boxes and they're 80% off. Mm-hmm. There's something ridiculous. So I bought like 3,000 of these chocolate bar things. And when I was 23, for a week or two, I ate only chocolate. I just straight up woke up in the morning, I ate chocolate, and then around lunch I ate a bunch of chocolate, and then around dinner I ate a bunch of chocolate. I just wanted to know. Don't you ever just want to know?
Yeah.
Just want to know things about, what's the limits?
What can I do?
Yeah.
It's a good diet. Did you feel good? Like I hear that's
Oh no, I felt absolutely awful,
very
and I actually got sick
sustainable.
after about a week or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not good.
Like
No,
were you nauseous?
it turns out I just felt weak and frail,
Right.
probably from having no nutrients at all.
What about like peanuts
I
and
don't
stuff?
like. Yeah, from like maybe the O. Henry bars. I guess it depends on how many I ate, but I don't
Right.
think there's much nutrients in like Hershey cookies and cream.
No. I mean,
Right?
Yeah, probably not. I can't imagine.
So yeah, I'm not getting my vitamin C, my vitamin D,
Yeah.
E, F, G, H.
I, J,
Alphabet
K.
to Z.
Yeah. Not getting any of those
Got to
alphabets.
missing all of them. Yeah. So yeah, didn't feel good. Felt terrible. And then I got sick, and then I recovered, and then I decided I probably should never do that ever again.
Would you recommend that everyone try that at least once in their life?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
100%. Well, why not? Why not just know the depths of it? Why not just go, hey, what really happens?
Yeah, because what if like your body reacts differently to it? You know, yeah, everyone always tells you, "Oh, that you'll feel horrible. Don't do that." But then, what if it's like the magic potion for you? Like,
What if you're the one?
Yeah, what if all of a sudden you just start just looking healthy, having tons of energy? You're like, wait a minute, like,
Your hair's looking more full.
yeah,
and
it's like luxurious.
it's almost greasy. You're all that fat you're eating from the chocolate is
Yeah.
just seeping into your pores, and
you're moisturizing.
but you've
your
always been
skin.
dry, so it's nice to be saturated.
Yeah, so you're moisturizing your skin. Everyone's just like, What's your secret?
Holy.
You're looking ripped too, dude, and you're just like, huh.
Only eat chocolate.
O. Henry bars and Mr. Biggs.
I've always found it interesting how people they get so annoyed when people just give their takes on what works just for them. So I've heard of just things like I do keto, and like that works for me. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
If that works for you, that's fine. Or even people that say, I do the carnivore diet and that works for me.
Right.
Right. I'm like, hey, I mean, they're not dead.
Yeah.
They look okay. It
Yeah.
probably does work for them. And that's, I don't know. They're probably fine. I'm not going to say it's going to work for me, but I just
Right.
find it like interesting that people go like, no, I tried that and it's bad.
Right, yeah, because I definitely think there's probably not one diet that's good. Like, yeah, I feel like there's definitely multiple diets that meet people's nutritional needs. So, yeah, it's kind of like just finding that. I mean, obviously, there's multiple ways to eat.
Yeah, dude, diet, lifestyle. Like I already know for a fact that, okay, so I did the chocolate experiment, right?
Yeah,
I can't do alcohol.
Yeah.
I just can't. It's not in me.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm incompatible with the lifestyle of being an alcoholic.
yeah.
Even if I try, it'd be difficult for me.
That's a
so
good
it's
thing,
easy.
I think.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's nice because it's built in.
Right.
But inversely, I don't go up to people that struggle with alcoholism and go, "Don't do it." Obviously, dum dums.
Yeah.
Because for me, like it's just physically hard.
Right.
Like I'm super drained and tired, and I hate the hangovers, and they make me feel groggy and burnt out all the time.
Yeah.
Some people just can rebound. I've seen them do it, So
Yeah.
it's easy for me to say that than go to them and go like, idiots, why don't you just stop drinking?
Just don't
Ever
do that.
think of that?
Yeah. Yeah. It's easier to say that about something you don't like. Like if I watch someone doing something unhealthy and I was like, oh, I don't even like doing that. Like, why are you even doing that? It's stupid. It's like, well, yeah, obviously they just, they do. Yeah.
Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah. Oh man. I had to,
I was hoping for a relevant story
it is. Yeah.
about the stroke.
About the Strokes, the band The Strokes. We can talk about the band The Strokes. No, I have to go get a COVID test this week. Not that interesting. It was just something I had to do. And I went to, it's basically a pharmacy, but it's like the methadone clinic, because it's like, apparently there's like multiple different ones you can do. So this one I went to, it was apparently the cheapest one in Sarnia. So I was like, all right.
And it's built into the methadone clinic?
It's in the methadone clinic.
Oh, okay.
So like, I've never been there. So I just remember witnessing it. And it was definitely like, I'm not trying to be like judgmental. Like, obviously, there's interesting people coming in. But it was shocking because there were some people you would have like guessed. Like there's some like regular looking people, and then I didn't even know how it was distributed, but they're all drinking like a little cup of something and coming in the morning. And some people looked pretty rough, but then others came in for it and they didn't. But I don't know.
Say, are they? I do kind of image. Is it like immediate relief?
Yeah.
Like they walk in, they go to the methadone clinic, they kind of go, here you go, and you see them going, oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, pretty
kinda
much.
thing.
Yeah, there was a guy came in, he looked rough and he was like all shaky and nervous and like probably having withdrawals. And then I watched him do that and he's just like, all right, thanks guys, take care. And he just like walked away totally normal. I was like, whoa.
Don't even do it, Jamie. I feel like there's a niche market for don't even talk to me until I've had my methadone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh God. Yeah. That they give everyone like a little cup that says that on the side. It's like, don't talk to me until
Don't even talk to me until I've had my methadone fix.
Yeah. But no, like
Until my second methadone hit.
yeah. Honestly though, like I mean, yeah, the fact there was a lot of people I genuinely was like, oh, I would have never expected. Like some of the people came in there, I was like, oh wow. But
Well,
I mean,
ideally,
I guess,
obviously, they're pretty recovered
yeah,
and are living a somewhat normal life.
I guess,
that's
yeah.
kind of the hope, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure most people in there are trying to wean themselves off. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's a good thing.
Well, actually, not only that, there's a decent amount of the population that never gets off methadone ever.
Right.
It's permanent,
Yeah.
and they kind of design it around that a little bit.
Yeah.
So a lot of those people, maybe they did heroin 10 years ago, and they're just still doing methadone. That's very feasible, is what I'm saying. Right?
Yeah.
So
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Is yeah, because methadone's for opiates, I believe.
yeah, good question. I can't remember off the top of my head.
I think it's for
I
opiates.
feel like I should know that,
Yeah.
especially considering how much time I've spent around people like that. But
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I'm just saying, yeah, very, very interesting place to wait for my COVID results.
yeah. Hey, you get to experience the shift, you know?
Yeah. It's interesting. But I don't know. I think if I go again, I'll probably, if it takes like 15 minutes to get your results, I'm like, yeah, I'll just go for a walk or something, probably a little nicer than chilling in there.
Okay, well, I mean, the novelty wears off pretty quickly.
Yeah. It's super fun in there, but yeah.
It's a banger.
I'm thinking, the novelty is
I
gonna
like to
wear
hang out with the after people,
off. Yeah.
not the before.
Not the before. Oh no.
You know what? I even judge. I'm more judgy of people that are addicted to coffee than methadone, Jamie.
Yeah. I know.
Because you know what? To be fair, though, I obviously just relate more to coffee because I've done coffee. Mm-hmm. That is a completely different plane of existence that I don't get.
Man, you've done coffee before?
I've done coffee in my time.
Pretty intense. I hear that stuff really gets a hold of some people.
I don't like the morning shut off. People that can't do anything in the morning until a coffee.
Yeah.
I would say that. And actually, what's funny is I was talking to my Aunt Wendy, and
I
she
would say
said
that they're weak and their name will be forgotten.
well, my Aunt Wendy has always loved her coffee,
And
right?
history will forget
And
them.
when she got married, my uncle, because she used to do the crabby thing. She'd get up in the morning and do the whole "nah, don't talk to me," coffee kind of thing. And eventually, my uncle went, "No, that's not how it works."
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "You can't just be shitty before your coffee. Figure it out." And that's
Yeah.
basically what happened. She went, I had to stop being a total bee
I have to
before my
stop.
coffee."
Yeah. I have to stop being a complete asshole before my coffee. That sucks.
Damn it.
Damn it.
Getting married sucks. Let me
Yeah.
tell you that.
That's too much of a compromise for me.
Yeah, I can't change that way.
I just wake up with middle fingers up until I have my coffee.
Honey, don't even. Here's the finger. Make the coffee.
Oh, yeah, my chemical dependency is more important than being nice.
I don't know, but
I
do like it for bursts of energy at certain points in the day. Like
Yeah.
as I'm getting older, I definitely get the whole being lethargic around 2 p.m. You know, just after lunch. That's a very normal time to be just tired, and I get that now. So if I would say that I don't drink much caffeine, I drink like 2 cups of tea a day.
Yeah.
And I'll drink 1 cup of tea after lunch or something.
Yeah.
Just to help me get that little boost.
Right. Yeah. Especially when I'm working, I usually have about 2 cups of coffee maybe a day. Usually one on the way to work and one about halfway through my shift.
Yeah, that's pretty standard, I'd say.
Yeah.
It's really only 2. I'm surprised. I thought you drank more.
Well, I used to drink a lot more.
I thought you were a coffee fiend.
Yeah. Well, I used to be. Yeah, actually, to be honest, I think my last shift I did drink 3, but usually it's 2. Usually just one on the way there, one midway. But unless I'm really just feeling it, I'm like, I'm feeling tired. Then I'm like, I'll push it to 3.
Yeah.
But
I will say that, going back to what I was saying earlier, I still don't get it because I don't react well to caffeine.
yeah,
So I have to take it easy. If I drink 2 cups of coffee, for example, and I do that regularly for 2 weeks, I crash. I completely plateau. It somehow destroys my chemical balance. I don't know why.
yeah.
But
I can see that.
after 2 or 3 weeks of just drinking 2 cups of coffee a day, I was taking naps in the middle of the day because I was so tired. And I was talking to my cousin because my cousin's a barista.
Yeah.
I was going, dude, what the hell is happening? This isn't how caffeine works. Why am I chugging a cup of coffee and then an hour later I'm blacking out in my bed?
Yeah, that's pretty weird. But I don't know. I feel like it doesn't affect me too much. I guess if I have too much, sometimes I'll get like, I feel a little shaky. Not shaky, but I've had it where I can tell I've had way too much. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah,
You're jonesing.
yeah, I've definitely had that, but not too often. Usually, it doesn't seem to affect me. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I think I just enjoy it, and then it works a little. I think, but nothing crazy. But yeah, no, I can definitely see what you're saying because people, you do get like dependent on stuff, and especially something that's controlling, like stimulating you, controlling your, I guess your cycles and stuff. I can definitely see how some people are probably a lot more sensitive to that. I would imagine.
I think it's somewhat rare, but at the end of the day, this all goes back to the whole theme being everybody's different. Everybody has different balances and
Yeah.
some things just break people's compositions
Some people can eat chocolate
all day. There probably
for every
is
meal.
Well, you know what's incredible is they found this homeless guy who was drinking mouthwash all the time,
Yeah.
and
Did he have
they
nice
looked at it
Did he have
and-
nice teeth?
well, I'm not sure. I don't think they logged that part. I think that was a moot point. Now the answer is probably no.
Yeah.
Because he probably didn't give a shit regardless.
But that's a
But-
lot of mouthwash.
But they said they were kind of looking at him, and apparently his body was extremely efficient at just getting rid of all the bad stuff about mouthwash.
Really?
It would just go through and it would go no problem and just sifted all the crap in mouthwash and it'd just basically be alcohol to him.
Weird.
And obviously that over time that would wear on you, but just the fact that his body just eventually adapted and went, you know what, this guy's just feeling it's full of garbage. Let's figure it out.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like people just adapt to stuff. Like, I mean, wouldn't probably the average person that would be very bad for. But, and I mean, I'm sure he wasn't in perfect health either. This guy, but yeah, it is crazy what the body can do.
And also just what people can do. Like there's, like Mike's lifestyle in a lot of ways is completely, our buddy Mike is the opposite of mine in every way.
Right.
But it works for him.
Yeah.
Because he has a lot of intense energy, and he's kind of just exploding all the time, running around like a ping pong ball.
Yeah. Yeah, he's very energetic.
And that just leads him to make very different decisions and choices and what he does in his day to day. And I'm kind of like, yeah, we're just completely different
Yeah.
in that regard.
Yeah.
But it's cool. It's nice to know different people that do different things.
Yeah. And he's fueled purely off mouthwash.
And he probably could survive mouthwash. Who knows?
Mouthwash, not even once.
You just gotta start, guys. You can start training your body to process mouthwash, and you'll never have to buy vodka ever again. You can drink mouthwash like a real class,
Yeah.
like a gentleman.
That reminds me of I went on a cruise ship when I was like, well, not younger. I was like I was younger. I was like in my 20, 21-ish range. But I remember we met these people on the cruise ship, and they snuck in a bunch of vodka in a mouthwash bottle, which I guess is more common than you think.
Isn't the alcohol almost free on a boat?
No, I think it was like there was a drink package that was like a couple $100, but it was pretty reasonable for like you got like 15 drinks a day. I don't remember how long the cruise was, but yeah, it was pretty reasonable. I don't know.
Oh, right. That's only if you work in the boat. I
Yeah.
forgot. Yeah, you get $1 beers or something if you're an employee.
Right, yeah. No, so yeah, there was like a package you could buy. This person probably just figured they weren't going to drink as much as the package, so they probably just figured they'd sneak some on. But yeah, apparently that's a lot more common than you'd think. People just sneaking them on in mouthwash containers.
Damn,
Bottles. Yeah.
Pure vodka.
Fun fact, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I still remember someone pouring
Dude, I've never
me a
even...
shot out of a mouthwash bottle.
Dude, I've never even been on a cruise boat.
No, I've only been on one.
What am I doing, man?
They're pretty cool. I mean, apparently they dump a bunch of shit in the ocean.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, as long as it's for our enjoyment.
Enjoyment, yeah. Totally worth it.
Hey, as I said, I do view it as, hey, if we overindulge, it's not the Earth that dies.
Yeah.
It's us.
That's true.
The Earth is just going to keep moving on.
Yeah.
If it superheats and goes to 800 degrees Celsius, and then 50 million years later, the Earth goes, we're good.
Yeah.
Things are about back.
I don't know, man. I'm a little. I care about the sea turtles though a little. But,
The poor sea turtles.
poor sea turtles.
Now they'll just evolve some new ones
Yeah,
over
that's true.
time. Although actually, I do feel that
They'll evolve to be able to drink mouthwash.
if we do die, I would say one of the best places to be would be the ocean, right?
I don't know.
I feel like
Depends if like the ocean starts boiling or something. I don't know.
it would have to be pretty hot.
Yeah.
That'd have to be a toasty summer.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know.
That'd be pretty wild. Wow, we like superheat the Earth, and then the ocean evaporates.
Yeah.
The entirety of the ocean evaporates,
Yeah.
creating which obviously just goes in the atmosphere, then re-rains everywhere else. So then we just become some crazy like salt ocean planet.
Yeah.
That's not like not really deep anywhere, just kind of,
Do we lose water from our atmosphere?
I don't think so.
No.
No, it's quite efficient. Well, it becomes a cloud, and then eventually it just
But
kind
I'm
of...
saying, does any escape ever?
Well,
on
because,
Earth into the atmosphere?
good question. I would say the higher it goes... I don't want to talk out of my ass. I'm going to say I don't know, but I'm going to say
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident that doesn't... Evaporation it's just changing into a different state, but it's still like the substance, right?
Right. I'll get Benny.
You're really going to get Benny to look that up?
Yeah, Benny. Do we
Oh,
lose
God.
water from our atmosphere? Our fact-checking ghost.
Let's see what the first result on Google says.
He does reference Google very often. Is there a net loss of water from the upper atmosphere? Yes, but very little loss occurs. What is that? Like, how much is very little?
Well, I'm going to say very little is very, very little because
Very
the
little.
alternative is over time it keeps evaporating and then escaping into space, and then the world just runs out of water and we die.
Right.
So,
But there is a ridiculous amount of water on Earth.
there is a ridiculous amount of water on Earth, but we've also been here for quite a long time.
Right.
You would, and if we weren't either keeping the unequatable amount of water or producing more water naturally, that water should be reducing over time, right?
Yeah.
So, I feel like it's not that much. But
Yeah.
I don't know fuck all. I don't know shit about that.
I know that's.
So why are you putting me on? Why are you putting this on the spot?
I think the people needed to know. Well,
The people don't need to know our shitty opinions about science.
that wasn't an opinion. That was a fact. I do
No, I
want to
mean,
know.
yeah,
what
but I
is-
know, but
what is
but
very-
an opinion would be, but how much? I'm like, I don't know.
Well, but that's the thing. They don't even specify.
That's what I'm saying. So, I don't know.
Well, someone needs to know this. What are we gonna do?
It's not us, dude.
What are we gonna do? Do you think Greta Thunberg knows?
No,
She knows.
I'm sure her parents know.
Yeah.
Which means she knows.
Yeah. I don't know. Someone knows. Anyway, that's interesting though.
Don't even get me started on having teenagers be the front of a movement.
Yeah.
Just like, in general, I kind of go, dude, like they're so easy. I feel bad because of how easily manipulated you are in that position.
Yeah, definitely.
When I was 16, I was so impressionable. It was embarrassing, and I feel like that's universally true. I don't
Yeah.
think anybody looks back at 16 and goes, "Wow, I was not impressionable."
To be
no,
fair-
I didn't just look at this person and go, "Wow, that's the coolest thing I ever saw," even though they were completely dumb.
Right. Well, to be fair, I think looking back, I would be like, that's kind of cool if I was just world known because as a child, my parents got me to do something. I'd be a little like, that's kind of cool. That I'm
And you
like,
have all these advisors breathing down your neck.
Yeah.
Multi-millionaires, billionaires, all,
yeah.
giving their thoughts and ideas on what you should do. They're donating to you and going, "Oh, by the way, with
And
this
you're like-
donation comes with a couple little conditions, no biggie."
And you're rich as fuck.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
she's definitely a millionaire now.
Yeah.
There's no question.
I'm not gonna lie. If I'd do it as a kid, I'd be like, well, yeah, why not?
Oh, 100%. Dude,
Take
if
off-
I got enticed into that shit,
Yeah.
and my parents did that for me, and I became a multimillionaire while they just kind of told me to do shit,
Yeah.
I can't complain.
That'd be
I will
good.
say this, though. I don't think it pays off because all that millions of dollars comes with all the bullshit.
Yeah.
As I said, everybody has conditions. Nobody just gives you money.
Right.
They're not like, "Oh, here's 200 grand for the cause. Yeah, don't worry, except for I have the couple things that I like."
Yeah. Oh, probably for sure.
Just ignore our oil company when it really all goes down.
Yeah.
We're kind of cool anyway. Look, we're funding you.
Exactly. Yeah.
We're the cool oil guys.
But like as a kid, you don't care about that one bit. So the kid's just like, oh, cool, that's some money.
Well, I mean, she's pretty passionate.
Yeah.
I'll give her that.
Yeah, that's true.
But once again, I was also passionate about a lot of things when I was 16 too. That over time, you know what, and there's this whole. I think there's such a, it's a beautiful time, okay? Because when you're young, and you're seeing, let's say, like a lot of obvious problems for the first time, right? World hunger, poverty, shit like that, and you go, "Why do those exist? Just get rid of them."
Right.
Ah, that's terrible, right? And there's a part of you, and I could even see it growing up that my parents still understand that side of it. Like they're kind of go, "Oh, it's hard to explain. When you're younger and you're in that passionate position, you just get older and you do. I'm not sure if you just call it jaded or you just start to accept that you are just one person in a massive chess game, and there's not much you can really do in the grand scheme of things.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's definitely true. As a kid, you feel a lot. You definitely have like a lot more passion for things as a child when it comes to like, oh, my impact in the world, and then. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people just sort of give in as they get older because it's just more realistic.
I think it's as you get older, your world perspective just gets larger and larger.
Yeah,
Until you do get to the point where you think I'm
how out of control.
I'm nothing.
Yeah,
in the grand, and I'm really not. Like if I passed away now, obviously all my direct family and stuff would be affected and sad, and that'd make a lot of people sad.
Right.
But that's not going to be in a history book.
Yeah.
That's not going to be the turning tides of anything, right? It just happened.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like it is possible to make an impact, but yeah, you kind of it has to come from a very passionate place because
You have to give up a lot to.
It's not easy.
It's a lifestyle. If you really want to create that change, you have to go. You're basically a missionary for the cause at that point,
Right.
Whether that's climate change or poverty or something, anything like that.
Right.
You basically become a missionary to that cause.
Yeah.
You're like, here we go. This is my full-time gig. Time to go freaking chain myself around a truck or something.
Yeah. Chain myself to a tree.
And pull my titties out.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, you can't rob them of their passion. That's for sure. You can't say they weren't all in.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, one sec.
What, Jamie?
Well, I was about to say something about.
I was drinking water too.
No, it was about. It was on the topic of Greta Thunberg. I don't actually know too much about her.
Okay, I will say you must have seen the famous clips though.
I've seen some stuff.
How dare you?
Yeah, I've seen some stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know much about her though. I know her parents are like activists, right?
Yes,
and that's kind of how how she got into it. But yeah, I don't really know the whole story of like what was it something like they just organized with her involved and she started doing speeches? Or?
Well, she dropped out of school, then made that whole speech, the "How dare you?" I'm dropping out of school because you're destroying my future, so there's no point investing in my future, kind of thing.
Right.
And then people go, "Oh, what a brave statement."
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, fair enough, right? Power to her. It's just that it's a bummer that just on the fact that she's that young, it's easy to say that she's being used.
Yeah. Oh, I can see
Which
that.
is sad,
yeah.
but
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
hopefully she's doing all right.
Yeah. Oh, probably. I can what that did remind me of is that whole like the Nirvana cover for Nevermind. You know how that guy, the whole story came out.
Oh, dude, I know all about that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
It's so dumb.
It is.
But go ahead.
Well, the one thing about it that I
Well,
thought was
we should probably
interesting-
give the summary first.
Oh yeah, well, basically the baby on the cover of Nevermind was trying to sue them years later, like
Recently.
just recently. Yeah, I think the album turns 30th anniversary coming up.
And might I add, this is after he did 3 additional reshoots in his lifetime.
Yeah, he
Like,
remade this.
He did this in his, teens, his 20s, and his 30s.
Yeah, and he has the album name tattooed on
And
his
he has
chest.
it tattooed on his chest, and I guarantee you, he did so much clout chasing with that.
Oh, yeah.
He definitely was, he was at a party with some girls and went, huh, have you ever seen the Nirvana cover?
That's me.
That's me.
Yeah. Oh, he's totally done that. But like,
His life has been nothing but pure net gain
yeah.
from being in that album cover. But I
Right.
digress. But go ahead, Jamie. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm sure a lot of people know this story, but like, yeah, he was just recently trying to sue them basically for like child pornography or something, basically saying, because it shows he's a naked baby on the cover, but it's just,
He was involuntarily violated.
Yeah,
is
that's what he says.
Something along the lines of his argument.
yeah, and it's just kind of ironic because he has been just living that up his whole life, and there's so much evidence of that. And now to all of a sudden say, it just seems very obviously like he's just trying to get quick
It's so
cash, but-
pathetic because how did he not expect this to be only bad PR?
Yeah.
Nobody knows who this guy is.
Yeah.
Well, they see the the occasional photo and go ha ha ha, but we have no idea who he is.
Yeah.
And so now he thinks, you know what, Nirvana, one of the most beloved bands ever.
Yeah.
Let's just I'm just gonna fucking burn my bridge to humanity.
Yeah.
And try to sue Nirvana.
Yeah.
Now Dave Grohl hates me, Chris hates me,
Yeah.
and the entire fandom of Nirvana hates me, which is like tens of millions of people.
Right.
Doesn't seem like a whole lot to gain, but
No.
hey.
Yeah. Oh, and definitely more than tens of millions. But yeah, it's it makes no sense. It was clearly, and then people pointed out the irony of like the fact that the cover is
100%
he's chasing a bill.
all the clout.
He's chasing a bill on the cover, and then that's ironically what he's doing.
As he got older.
Yeah. I think that case was thrown out, right? I don't remember what happened.
I don't think it's been thrown out yet.
But
There's no way he's going to win.
It's looking
It's
bad.
comical.
Yeah.
Well, even if he wins, he loses because he's going to be shunned forever.
Yeah.
People are going to remember who he is, what he looks like, and when they see him in public go, that's the fucking guy.
Yeah.
That's the guy who sued Nirvana and took their money because, after clout chasing for his entire life.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. Like, Jamie, if you could get $1 million right now, but it meant you had to, take a bad PR hit for something really big going down.
Like the whole world's going to hate me.
Yeah, they're all just going to
Yeah.
shit on you.
No, it wouldn't be worth it then.
It's just not worth it.
No.
Who wants to, let's say let's say $10 million.
Yeah.
You're going to have a good life after that. You're going to be set. You're not going to worry about money. The only downside is the odds of someone seeing you in public and hating you for this reason, for whatever reason it is pretty high. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think there's no amount of money that's worth that.
No, everyone's just trying to fight you and beat you up.
Yeah, it's
everywhere you
something
go.
big,
Yeah.
if Obama got assassinated and they put it on you.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you were a conspirator somehow, it was his brother or something. They go oh, that's the brother of the guy who assassinated Obama.
Yeah.
You would just be hated by everyone.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, no, actually, so something else interesting about the Nevermind thing. So I was hearing apparently the parents only got paid $200 or something for that picture.
That's because they were nobodies.
Well, exactly. So it's kind of funny because they're they didn't really sign a thing to get a big percentage of the cut or anything. But I think they did kind of sign a bad deal. But again, that's still like on the parents. And like, I think especially after all this time, again, it's like the kid clearly, I don't know. It is a funny story. But I did hear the initial.
Yeah, except
photo
for
shoot.
the argument there. The argument is stupid because the whole thing of going, oh, I should have taken a percentage, and then they immediately argue, I didn't know it was going to be that big, and nobody did. Nobody thought that this album would be as big as it got.
No.
So for you to say I deserve a retry because I joined in on this early investment, so to speak, and I
Right.
didn't do exactly what I should have because I didn't know better. I think that's just not a good argument.
Yeah. And again, I don't even know exactly if that's true. Like,
But
they
that
could've
does
got
happen
more.
a lot. Do you know The Witcher?
Yeah.
The guy who made the writer of the Witcher books, when he sold the rights to the games, which the games became really famous, especially the third one, right?
Yeah.
He didn't get a percentage cut. He didn't think the games would go anywhere. So when he gave the rights to the game to the company, he only took a set amount. I think he sold it for $300,000 or something.
Oh wow.
And then when The Witcher 3 came out, he became salty because he realized afterwards, oh shit, like these games are really successful.
Yeah.
And they're actually good.
Yeah.
And then he like took him to court. And I think the game company even settled with him to just say, here's more money then.
Yeah.
Fine, kind of thing.
Right. Just because, it makes them look bad on just even though they technically didn't do anything wrong. I'm sure if they fought it, people were like, okay, but you are profiting off his ideas. So it's one of those things that I understand, like, morally why people would be like, I see why they did it, but also they didn't
From
have
his
to do
perspective,
it.
I understand. But I think most of the fans of it thought it was kind of a dick move.
Yeah.
Because once again, it's that whole thing of there's like this little game company, you're like, I don't give a shit about you. Just give me some money and see you later.
Yeah.
And then the moment they become successful, you suddenly start resenting them for their success.
Right.
You know? It would have all been fine and dandy if they didn't get that far.
Yeah.
If the Witcher games didn't get that popular.
Right.
He would never thought about it ever again. But the fact that they became successful is why he resented that deal. That's why
Right.
whenever people have that switch where they suddenly go, oh, wait, it's successful.
Yeah.
Now I need my payout.
Right. Did you
If you believed in something, or you genuinely believed in an investment you were putting out, then you would take your percentage cuts. You wouldn't be
Right.
doing those fixed rates.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, so just
And,
angry at the fact that it was successful.
And actually, I just realized, just to clarify, I'm sure most people know this, but what we're saying is when you're signing a contract, you can do a bit of both, of course, too. But generally speaking, people either take a fixed amount of money. So let's say you sell off your product and you give it to someone for $500,000. Then you never get another penny ever again. But if you do a percentage, then you get a percentage of the profits from whatever it's used for.
Right.
That's what we're talking about. And generally speaking, if something is successful, you want the percentage, obviously.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Because then that's kind of just goes up as the
It's
value
constant
goes
revenue.
up. Yeah. Yeah, so do you know if so since the writer sold the rights to the video game company, do you know, isn't there a TV show now? of The
Yeah,
Witcher?
he got away. He understood that he wasn't going to make the same mistake twice.
So
He
okay.
definitely made a much better contract for the TV show.
But so when he sold, so he didn't sell like the total rights to The Witcher to the game company. Like he just gave them permission. To use
Permission
it.
to use it, as
Right.
in use the story of the books.
Oh, okay. Because I was wondering,
Not
if-
exclusively, just
Yeah,
permission.
I see. Okay. Because I was like, I wonder, does he have any say in the new TV show?
100%. No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
it's all his work. And you know what? It's also equally true to say that his books are obviously the reason the games exist, but the games have made his books very popular.
Right.
And not the games needed those books to survive, but the games made there wouldn't be a TV show without the games.
Right.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
There's no way Netflix would have ever made those shows without the games.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That whole I feel like it's biting the hand that feeds a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit where you're kind of going,
But that's definitely a smart move to make a TV show, though. Like,
Hey, I know with freaking Henry Cavill too. I do. When I saw that, I did not see that coming.
Yeah.
I was very surprised.
yeah. Have you watched the TV show?
I have. No, I love the games. I played the games.
Yeah. Yeah, I played
And
a
when
bit of 3.
when they announced the TV show and said Henry Cavill from Superman was the Witcher, I went, "What the hell is happening?
Mm-hmm.
How is this possible?" And but then it turns out, I guess he's a big fan as well. So
He's a big fan of the games.
He read the books and played the games. Yeah.
Nice.
So for him, it was a passion project.
Yeah. So the books were a lot smaller before the games?
They were. I think they were probably reasonably successful,
Right.
but the games took it to the next level.
Well, yeah, because I didn't even know there was books, so...
Yeah, there you go. A lot of people don't.
Yeah.
They just know that there's like The Witcher 3, that one popular game that was super, sold like tens of millions of copies kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I played a bit of number 3, The Witcher 3. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, a lot of people did. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I didn't get like super far in it, but
it's a long fucking game.
Yeah.
There's no question about that.
What's that card game you play in it?
Gwent.
Yeah, I know people like apparently play that game just
I know,
just
and
play Gwent.
And there's a whole standalone game they made.
Oh,
which
really?
They legitimately did. Yes, they made 2 standalone games.
Wow. Was that card game talked about in the books?
Good question. I can't remember. I read the books as well.
Yeah.
But I can't remember.
I wonder.
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
It must be. There's no way.
Yeah.
Right?
But I wonder
right, guys?
I wonder if it got into detail. Like
it didn't get into detail.
So
I do know that.
It was just like they just said it was a card game but didn't explain it probably.
I read the books. I'm going to say they definitely didn't go into depth and suddenly go, here's how Gwent's played.
Right.
Geralt did this on his turn,
Yeah. Each book comes with a deck of cards and stuff.
Yeah, but I digress. I feel like most people don't even barely know anything about this game anyway. So
yeah,
but it was more about the contracting shit, right?
Right.
Rolling back to the whole Nevermind thing is
Yeah.
people just get mad when people succeed.
Yeah. Well, yeah, contracts can be misleading though too. That's why it's kind of
100%.
can be risky.
Oh, that's a whole other thing, and that's why. Pro tip for anybody, please ever. If you ever do have any sort of significant contract, you should have a lawyer on retainer that you contact and go, is there anything really fucky with this?
Yeah.
Because that's totally worth the money. If you have to pay that lawyer over $1,000 just to review a document
Right.
for like 30 minutes to an hour of his time, that's worth the money.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like something just in the fine print. It's like, well, if you sign this, we own you.
Oops, yeah.
Yeah.
Whoopsie daisy. Too bad I didn't spend that, at this point, a very small sum of money to not get completely fucked.
Yeah. You have to hop on one foot at any time I request. It's like, what?
Dude, like the Keisha contract, man.
Yeah.
That whole thing was so fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some people just sign shitty contracts, and and I think it's the reason why it's so controversial is there's the endless debate of how responsible are you to know what you should know.
Right.
Because part of it is obviously you don't know legal talk, so
Yeah.
the real answer is you need to get a lawyer, and I do think that just needs to be said more. Just go get a lawyer.
I've definitely
Don't sign shit. Go talk to someone.
Oh yeah, I've definitely signed stuff without reading it. Like there's been situations where usually like work environments and stuff, they're like, "Oh, our policies have changed." And then it's just like pages and pages, and I'm like, "Okay, I'm not actually going to read this." But, that's still
kind of part of the secret.
that still could come. Yeah, it's almost like if there's too much, they're just kind of like betting most people won't. So it's almost like that's probably the worst thing too, just sign off without reading is like stuff like that, because if people, I'm sure there are people who do kind of count on the fact that people don't read stuff.
Work policies are kind of mundane, though.
They are usually, yeah.
There's not really...
There's only so much they can even really do,
Well,
I
yeah,
think.
well, exactly, because they still have to abide to whatever the standards are for,
Like,
the province, the government, federally,
work safety
whatever,
stuff.
Right? Yeah. So it's kind of how different is it really going to be? It's not like they can suddenly put in there like you're now allowed to slap your female coworkers' asses
Yeah.
in the cubicles now. Like that's that's
like-
probably not. They can't just casually slide that in there. And then when somebody gets sexually harassed, you're like, did you not read the 30 pages of our new worker policy?
It says that we're allowed to do this now.
Did you not see the ass slapping clause?
Yeah. Everyone can slap anyone's ass.
Now
around
get
here.
over here and get your ass slapped.
Exactly. That's that happened. Oh man.
Oh, you have a relevant story?
No.
Okay, I thought you were like, yeah, that happened to
that happened to someone I
happened
know.
all the
actually,
time.
happened to someone I know actually. No, the weirdest one I read was I was reading a work policy and it said something about like this is a smoke-free work environment, and it basically said like was trying to say like people had to smoke off the property of this place. I just remember thinking that's weird. I'm like, I've never actually heard of a job like telling them that they're not supposed to like on the clock. You know what I mean? I was like, that just seems weird.
That's very common in on the property.
Or on the property.
It's plenty that request off the property, meaning that you go to the sidewalk or they have a designated smoking area.
Right.
I've heard that a lot.
I guess, yeah, having designated areas, but it's just funny because I've never read that. I was like, that's actually very weird. Like policy is to be like, this is a smoke-free work environment, the whole place. It's like, well, what if someone smokes?
I don't want to be working with them dirty smokers.
Yeah. And then, yeah, they should make a little area. Just a
No, Jamie, I
carpet.
wouldn't discriminate against you, buddy.
yeah.
Against anyone.
No,
all right?
I discriminate against some people, like like murderers, for example.
True. Murder's bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'm taking a stand.
Can we all agree? Yeah, I'm taking a stand too.
What a brave statement.
Murder is wrong.
If all y'all come around here,
But the
thinking
jail time's
you're-
not fair. You remember that? That was
No.
Hawk Nelson, the Christian rock band Hawk Nelson.
What song was that?
Letters to the President. It's like, murder is wrong, but the jail time's not fair.
They threw that in there casually.
Yeah, that's like that's an intense political
Damn.
stance.
Whoa.
I don't know many people who think like that, to be honest. They're like murder's bad, but like these people are locked
Why are they
up.
going to jail, man?
Yeah, that's a little intense, keeping them all
Pretty,
penned up.
it's a pretty hot take.
I know.
You can either listen to System of a Down
Yeah,
or you can listen to the Hawk Nelson
yeah, I know. That's like
for
intense.
your hot takes.
Yeah, I'm almost positive that's the lyrics.
I don't know. Maybe it's true. I will say, I obviously know that song, but I was not big on Hawk Nelson.
No,
Not the way like you and Josiah would talk about it all the time. You'd be going, "Oh, Hawk Nelson, Hawk Nelson." When I was a kid, I was always more of a Switchfoot kid, you know.
oh yeah, Switchfoot's really good.
And I would listen to that instead. But you know, I liked Hawk Nelson. It's still pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I'm just I'm genuinely like, there's no way it actually says that. I'm just no.
It's your kid brain just giving you
I know.
bad info.
Like, I don't know. I'm almost positive it said that, but
Well, Jimmy, don't leave the people hanging.
yeah,
You're
true.
investing too much time now.
That's true.
This is twice now you've had to call him Benny and be distracted.
Benny, I don't know. Sing some letters to the president.
3 strikes and you're out, dude. I barely even remember the song.
So,
I only remember It's a Long and Lonely Road or whatever it was called.
oh, that one.
Yeah.
And then it's like, let's pack up and move to California.
Yeah, I like that one too. Yeah.
Man, I'm just
You want
wanting.
to fight? Then give it up, Jamie.
Yeah, I
Give
guess.
it up.
I get. Wait, murder is wrong. There it is. There it is. Wait. It says murder is wrong, but the jail time's not fair.
Damn.
Yeah.
Holy.
What the?
Letters to the president. I can
said-
see why he didn't read that.
And it's like, not to mention date, rape, felony, and car theft. Break it down. Tell me what we've got left. What does that even mean?
I don't know.
All crimes should be decriminalized. Like, Hawk Nelson's like an anarchist band. Like,
Holy.
that's an intense.
No, I'm a big fan of the prison system.
Yeah, they're just like,
and you know, and the,
legalize crime.
tell people it's bad, but legalize it.
Yeah, he's like, it's bad, but like,
Yeah, mister,
It's-
stop that.
but jail is unfair.
Excuse me, sir. I just noticed you stabbed that person over there. That you can't. That's not okay.
That's wrong. What are you going to do about it? Absolutely nothing, but stop.
You better stop that right now.
Just stop.
Right
okay?
now.
Yeah, that's, wow.
You know, I do
That's
remember
some
though, man.
fringe-
I
some
remember.
fringe politics right there. That's weird.
I do feel for young people though, because I still remember being young, and viewing the world in that way. Going, you know, oh, why are all these bad things in the world? Why are all these injustices in the world? And at least for me, one thing that I do find solace in, and you know, it's not like it's more of the reality of you start to realize how different people are than from you. And just
Right.
in terms of culture, where they grew up in the world, who were their parents.
Yeah.
And there's all these 1,000 factors that come together to make this person that, you know, like is doing these things that you don't like so different from you that you can't even understand it.
Right.
She's like, wow. Like, why is this person from a completely... We have 0% in common.
Yeah.
How do you end up murdering people, right?
Yeah.
And how do I... If I can't understand this person at all in terms of, literally anything in their life, how am I supposed to change them?
Right.
Or make them act differently? And the answer kind of is you can't.
No.
If I like met some person from the Middle East that goes, hey, if I went to Afghanistan, they're like, that's what we do.
Yeah.
We kill people. You kind of go, okay, well, there's probably not much. There's not much Austin from Canada is gonna be able to do about that.
Oh yeah, if some like corrupt government out there or something, like, you have no, what are you gonna do? That's just.
So you can say there's evil in the world, and you kind of go, cool. And then I think when you're younger, you still have that naivety to think that you don't see all the barriers in the way to prevent that goal from being achieved.
Right.
So they kind of view it as like a highway. They're like, oh, look over there. Look, world peace. Go over there, dum-dums.
Yeah.
And then they get older and older, and they're like, ah, shit, man, freaking, there's roadblocks. There's a big mountain here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a big world out there, and we can't control any of it.
People are complicated. So, and I would actually even say that it's already difficult in the context just with Canadians.
Yeah.
And Canadians are the people we should have the most in common with.
Right.
The moment you leave Canada, it's over.
Yeah.
Like the whole like analogy of why do people do bad things? It's thrown out the window.
Yeah.
Because the moment they're not in Canada anymore, you don't know anything about them.
That's true.
You don't know how they grew up. You don't know anything about where they like. You don't really know. You know, like if someone grew up in Brazil, I don't really know what that's like.
No. Well, they definitely have different cultural upbringings, but I do think as a default, most people inherently have an adverse reaction to murder because they don't want to be murdered. So I think most people that's still not to say like there's not a lot of corruption out there.
Oh, of course, and also murder's not common. Let's definitely say that. It's
Yeah.
not like an everyday thing. This is a rare thing.
Well, murder does happen every day somewhere, but
Well, there's 7 billion people.
Yeah,
that's guaranteed.
Exactly. But it's like, I still think like the average person, no matter where you go, is probably opposed to murder. That doesn't mean like there's not places where the rate is higher. You know what I mean? So it's
I 100% agree.
I would still
I
say
absolutely agree.
Because if that was the case, if everyone like that's you, what's the word? That wouldn't last. Like if there was a place where everyone was totally cool with murder, then it wouldn't really wouldn't be feasible. It wouldn't even be able to function or move on.
Murder isn't the only heinous thing on the list. We're talking
right.
Why do people lie, cheat, steal, and murder, rape, all that shit, right?
Yeah.
And the answer is, I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
The devil.
The devil.
The devil does it.
Nah, I mean, it's a nice, simple conclusion.
Yeah. He takes over everyone.
He possesses their bodies.
Yeah. Anytime someone does something bad, it's actually they're possessed for a moment.
But I don't know.
Sorry to get too religious.
I know.
Over here, everyone.
I know.
Oh.
But I do think that was part of my evolution growing up that made me start to realize, you can't just do that.
Yeah.
That's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
And, part of it does make you a little bit sad when you talk to someone young because there's part of you that kind of thinks, oh, I get where they're coming from.
Like
it makes
hopeful.
sense, right? Yeah. No, and it's good to have that. That's why it's nice to have younger people around that still have that fiery edge to them.
Yeah.
Where they don't see the obstacles, and sometimes it's a good thing. So at least I think.
I think also part of it's probably like when you're younger, you still have like your whole life ahead of you. So you're like, I kind of want to live in a world that's perfect and great. You know what I mean? So I think kids have a more passion in that regard because they're like, I'm going to be growing up in this world. And I think like as you actually get older, you realize you're like, oh, things kind of just stay the same old for the most part.
Yeah.
So I think that's part of it is just the more you're alive, you're like, oh, yeah, you're just more comfortable with everything because you've experienced it longer, probably.
That's kind of true, too, inevitably. And that can both be a good thing and a bad thing, too.
Yeah.
I will say that's interesting you put it that way, that whole thinking about the future. Because when I was younger, I was only thinking about the now in terms of what's a problem now.
Right.
Yeah,
that's true.
It was hard for me to think about the future.
Yeah.
I didn't really know what it meant.
Yeah.
I knew
guess,
it meant, having a job and kids and stuff, but that's such an abstract term,
Yeah. Yeah, well, the future can hold a lot of different things, so I don't think any kid ever knows, but
Just the standard stuff that you would watch on TV.
yeah.
When you're watching a sitcom, and you're like, it's a family of, hey, that dad was a kid at some point. I'm probably going to be something like that someday, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it is crazy because time just feels like it stands still when you're a kid, and then it's very interesting to look back on just how you perceived everything. Because I remember, like, I didn't really pay attention to, like, it is true. Years feel like they just go by a lot quicker. I feel like when I was younger, a year was such a long time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I will give a part of that testament to I spent most of my time being bored when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Just in terms of I didn't understand I didn't have any of my hobbies that I have now. I didn't understand the things I really enjoyed or how my brain works, or I also hated school. So I
Yeah.
had to go to this thing I hate all the time. So there's
Right.
that constant daily movement of, oh man, it's Monday. Oh man, it's Monday. Oh
Yeah.
man, Tuesday will be better. Oh, Tuesday, only 3 more days to the weekend.
Yeah.
And it's like this endless loop of trying to just get to this thing I hate. And I'm looking forward to the tiny little landmarks going, it's the weekend. Yes.
It is true. Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
When you're a kid, like, you're just basically being forced to do tons of stuff you don't want to do. That's pretty much all childhood is.
And you're sitting there staring at a clock going, when is this over?
Your parents are like, oh, we have to do something. So, like, you're being babysat, and then it's like somewhere boring or something, or then your school, and then you're dragged to like the grocery store. Like, you know what I mean? And I just, as a
Dude,
kid.
now I have lots of hobbies.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to decide what I want to do, and it's easy for me to entertain myself with things I enjoy all day.
Oh,
But when you're a kid, you don't get that choice. That's not built in. So I do think that's a huge factor towards why time goes so slow.
and it's funny because now I find when there's nothing going on and I have a moment to just relax, I don't think I ever get bored now. Like, any moment where I don't have to do anything, I'm just kind of like totally content. I'm like, I'm just able to entertain myself. Wouldn't call myself bored. I'm like, no, I'll take this moment. Like, I like it,
Yeah.
And as a kid, you're just like always want to do the
You're always
next thing.
stirring.
Yeah.
Always wondering, what am I going to do now? Oh, what is there?
Yeah.
I don't know what's out there. Let's go find out.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like now when I have a moment, I'm like, oh, no, I definitely wouldn't say I'm bored. I'm just,
Back then, I didn't even know how to play guitar back then
yeah.
because I started playing when I was 16. So it's so weird to think I'm 15 years old and I'm doing fuck all. I'm doing
Yeah.
absolutely nothing.
Well,
I
you
don't even
played
know what I was
games.
doing. I would just play
Played
video games.
video
I had
games.
nothing going on,
Yeah.
It's just incredible to me how it does make sense that I was bored because I had nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything. I didn't have any hobbies really. I just played video games. So
Yeah.
if I got sick of video games, then I just sit around and go, I am doing nothing now. Okay.
I'm bored. Yeah.
Someone please entertain me.
Yeah.
Please, God. I don't want to do homework. Not the homework.
Homework's lame.
But there is truth to say that obviously when you're a kid, no one knows how to. They just they mash everybody into a school system. They don't know how they can't figure out how every single individual child works
Yeah.
and give them their own answer to their personal life.
Yeah.
So they got. I'm not saying it's terrible. It's just that that's what they have to do. And
Yeah.
but the problem is it never really works for anyone.
No. Oh yeah, definitely. There's different ways of learning for sure, and I know some kids, like, I feel like when I was sitting in class, I had a lot of issues paying attention. I think just because, again, like, if you're just in a room for 8 hours a day, it's not that absurd that kids would get a little restless.
Oh, dude, it's just sitting there that would kill me.
Yeah.
It's just sitting there.
Yeah, because you're like, that's the time in your life where you have the most energy.
Yeah.
And then they just give you little 15-minute breaks every like couple hours. It's like, oh man. Yeah.
No, I remember it. And then or I would become so disinterested that I would burn all my energy elsewhere and I'd show up and be tired.
Right.
And I'd be gassed out and I'd be falling asleep in my desk.
Yeah. Oh, that's like such an interesting memory, is like when your eyes are really heavy. like sitting at a desk.
Yeah, yeah.
I can picture that so well. It's horrible.
And it's so funny because you don't have to deal with that shit anymore as an adult.
Yeah.
You have days where you're tired at work, obviously,
Yeah.
right? But ideally, you've chosen a job
Yeah.
that you somewhat enjoy.
Yeah.
Because you chose it.
Right. Yeah.
That was your decision. School is not a decision.
no.
You have to be there and buckle in and go, welcome, here, got to learn some science.
So in a full 8-hour shift, there's going to be, or not shift, full 8-hour day at school, there's going to be some sort of subject you're going to find boring. Like every single person, I can't imagine somebody who enjoys every single class.
And dude, not only that, I struggle to listen to anybody talk for more than 30 minutes.
Yeah.
In terms of a speech or something unless they're amazing at it.
Yeah.
Because I gas out. I just don't care anymore. And I'd rather go work all day. Like if I'm tired, I'd rather go grind away at a job than listen to 4 different people yap away for an hour and a half each.
Yeah.
Like that's torture.
Yeah, because I mean, at least that way your brain's a little more active.
I don't even think I could do that now. If I went back to school, I wouldn't be any better at it.
No.
I'd still be going, I don't care about half the shit. And why are they talked so long? Like, my
yeah,
God.
I
Maybe
know.
my life would become, suddenly time would slow down again.
Yeah. People always say that. They're like, oh, I'd go back if I could, knowing what I know now. And then other people are like, I wouldn't, And it's like, I don't know. I don't think I would. But even so,
I would not go back.
because then you're losing so much. I would say that's kind of sad. It's like unless your life has just been absolutely horrible, I don't see why you would answer that you would want to restart it all. You know what I mean?
100%.
It seems weird because it's
No, I don't really even believe in regret beyond obviously some very obvious ones. But
yeah,
like you made the decisions you felt you should have made at the time, and that's all there is to it. There's nothing else to say.
yeah, and and you learn from stuff, and so that's pretty much everything leading up to now is because of your experiences, like who you are in this moment. So it's kind of
And you're making shots. You're making calls.
Yeah, so it seems weird, whenever I've heard people go oh, I would totally go back knowing what I know now. I'd be so much better in school, and I'd probably make more friends and stuff. I'm like, well, you can just, I don't know, if that's what you're worried about.
What about now? Do you have a lot of friends now?
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
It's like your life's not, over all of a sudden. It's like,
Oh, God, I'm 25. I'm fucking dead.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. There's still a lot of living to be had.
All right, Jamie, time's up.
All right.
Let's get out of here.
Take care, y'all. Thanks for
Thanks for
listening.
hanging out, everybody.
All
Reflect in the past. Look forward to the future.
Amen.